There we go. Alright, I need you to help me pass out papers. Let's go. I did it on purpose. Put this on everyone's desk. These are essays.
Don't get me on camera.
What's up?
You,
Oh, great.
everyone,
Melissa
piece of
sits
paper.
here.
Tear out a sheet of paper.
Which one?
Right there.
The
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just putting them where I know they
Beat
go.
the mail.
No, I guess I said no. You said it.
Right, you gotta beat it up a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Right there, in front of you.
Am I recording something?
The G-Lex. Right here.
Helmet at 11.
You have to give everyone at your table a sheet of paper. Everyone at your table needs to have a sheet of paper. Let's go. Hi, I have your work for you. You guys are going to go sit in the office area for me and work. She said you just to complete this by the end of class. If you are done before the period, sit quietly for me.
Walter.
In this office area. Hey, Jacob, just pass the papers out for me. Office area.
Let's take it back here.
Beat the mail.
Where is my first computer?
No, I can't hold this, Jacob.
So,
She recording this for you?
all right, your bell ringer is clear.
Wait, do you want to...
In here. Let's go.
I need to get my stuff.
Okay.
Do we need any of them?
Cindy, sign in. You're late. No, you do not. All right, let's talk about what the bell ringer asked you to do. You just have your essay back, and I gave you a sheet of paper today to take notes on, because you're going to take some writing notes, and you can do your bell ringer on that sheet of paper if you like. All right, what is the topic of your essay? Summarize your essay in one sentence using the sentence frame below. And then I want you to tell me what are your main points to support this message. And last but not least, you have a rubric on your desk. I would like for you to find a category that is suitable for your scoring. Where do you put yourself at and check those sentences? You can't have yourself all over the place. You have to choose a category that is most relatable to your writing. I'm going to give you 7 minutes. The timer starts now. You need to make sure you do the bell ringer in order. 7 to 10 minutes. It should not exceed 10 minutes. Some of you are able to do this without looking at your work, since we spent a couple of days writing this essay. Did you write it?
No.
Then I wouldn't have it if it's not on your desk. Anyone has Monica essay?
Who essay?
Monica.
Nope.
On their desk? I passed back what was given to me, so that's all I have. Attendance. I have Gable out. No. Melissa. Nigel and Emmanuel. Please keep up with your time. I have some of you 8th graders sitting here. You have work to do. My instructions are clear. Dariana, put your head up for me, please. Thank you. Sania, very good. Sania got the first bullet out the way. What is the topic of your essay? That should take you at least a second to do. This way. All right, third bullet. What are your main points to support this message? All right. Those are your body paragraphs, right? They're your main ideas. So what is your first main idea? What's your second main idea? And if you have more than two, what is your third main idea? Yeah. You're doing it all out of order, are we? It doesn't matter, I'm just making sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. How does that make sense? First sentence gives it does not make sense. You'll be in honors next year, but it doesn't make sense. What was the topic, baby? Where's your topic? Of your essay. What is it about? Yeah, so that's what you're right there. That's what you're right there. So you just write that and go to your next bullet. Just write. This is just a bell ringer. It is not being assessed for formal writing, so right now I just want you to address the bell ringer. It's going to help us with our discussion for today. Zion, are you all done? Let me see. What category did you put yourself in? How did you score? So you're not done. Please make sure we are reading the bullets on the board and we are going in order. My instructions are very clear. Okay, what are your main points? So you know that your body paragraphs discuss the main ideas that you mentioned in your thesis. All right, so what is your main idea for your first paragraph? What's your main idea for your second one? If you have more than three, just keep going. Every body paragraph, you can just list it. It's just a bell ringer. You may list it. All right, so 6 minutes, you guys. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. That's not a message. It's not a thesis. That's just you rewriting your writing instruction. No, you wrote your writing instructions, and what category you put yourself in. You may check on this. So where do you check? I want you to check mark your sections, the sentences that relate. See, that's why they're written in first person. So which category did you put yourself in? You had to read your essay before you score yourself. You know that, right? Eighth grade. You didn't have to read your entire essay before you categorize yourself.
So do I pick a number or just?
You have to pick a category. These are scores. Yeah, they're writing scores. So I want you to pick a category. So where do you see? You got it? Where are you at, Josh? Okay. Let me see. You can still write. Let me see. You can still write with that. Sit down and get to work. Okay, yes, of course. All right. So what bullet are you on? Okay. So that's the thing. That's what we're trying to assess. If you after you write this and so according to what you think you did here, what will be the main message? Is what I want you to write. And that's it. So you just say my main message is. Even if you're not sure, just write what you think. Just I want you to use what you turned into me. And then when you get to revising your essay, you can use the additional notes that you had. Where are we? I want to see the category that you put yourselves in because I read your essays. So I'm just curious to see what you see. And I want you to check it off. Put check marks next to those categories. That category, yes, that's your writing rubric, yes. Yes, and we understand. Yes, it's all excuse. So if you need longer time, you know that's completely fine. You have a rubric right here. And this is what we call your ideas rubric. Because we're revising your ideas today. So you have to read your essay and then score yourself according to the category and the statements. 5 minutes, and it's probably less than that, but my timing is off. I shattered my phone, so I don't have a timer with me. But
Same thing.
I shattered it. It won't even turn on.
That's screen.
Yeah, mine is. It fell in Publix parking lot, and it's
Oh, it's
a
going.
million pieces. Yeah.
You don't got no case on? You don't got no case on?
Yeah, but let's talk about that at homeroom. I need you to focus here.
You want to see something?
Yeah, let me see. Ah. Confidence. Very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
I know it's not perfect.
That's okay, but at least you know what you're doing. You have an idea of what you're doing. It is important that you do this diligently and you pay attention because it's going to help with our discussion for today. You need to understand where you are at. Are you done? Let me see. We don't write on it. You write on that. That's yours. Okay?
You know, like I find
Yeah, exactly. So you went through, very good. So you went through each body paragraph and identified your main idea. Okay, very good. Okay. Now, how do you feel about that statement and that statement? You didn't check anything. All right, 4 more minutes and we have to move on with our lesson for today. 4 more minutes. I want to check it. I'm just curious to see what category you put yourself in. Okay. So how do you feel about these two statements? I didn't want you checking from different categories. I see what you did here, that's okay, but I need you to, okay, that's good. I mean, at least you have an idea of where you stand. When you check one here, I was just a little bit, okay. So he feels confident, you feel confident about the topic, but what you're writing, developing those ideas, you're between a 3 and a 4. Perfect, that's completely what I'm looking for.
to go from like different categories?
I mean, if you can, you can, but I sort of wanted you to put yourself in I wanted you to score yourself. But if that's what you're gonna do, that's completely fine. That's completely fine. How did you feel? Okay, that's where okay, very good. Please be honest. Be honest with your writing.
So you pretty much telling us to grade ourselves pretty much how people for 20 questions for us?
With me, just
Like,
writing.
1 through 5, 1 through 6.
Yeah, but just writing in general, not just for testing administrators, for writing.
Yeah.
Just for writing. Just being able to write successfully. That's all that matters. All right, 2 more minutes and I have to move on. 2 more minutes. Okay, well, how do you feel about the other statements? You didn't check anything else. Why not those other 2 in that same category? I'm asking you. You just didn't feel confident checking those? Okay, well then go to the next one to see if that fits you. Go up or down if you have to. Amber, where are you? boxes?
Oh, yeah.
Where did you put yourself? Check it off. I want you to check the boxes. Jacob, where did you put yourself? Okay. All right, 1 minute, 60 seconds, and I have to go. You need to score yourself. Score yourself. Everyone should have their categories checked off. All right, I want all eyes to the board. All right, let's talk about our learning goals for today. These are the things that we need to meet before we leave this classroom. We always talk about this, that we need to be able to do these things successfully in order for us to feel like we've accomplished something. You don't want to leave here and you are still unsure what to do. That's when you're supposed to do what? Ask questions. Very, very good. So, students will be able to write an informative text that examines the concept of heroism. Students will be able to use several writing strategies, such as pie and deer, to develop their ideas. So that means today you're going to take what? Notes. Very good, because you're learning 2 new writing strategies. Well, they're not new, but the acronyms are. We've been doing this all year, because you know it's 8th grade, we practice for FCAT. But we are going to break it down a little bit further. And if we are able to successfully do these 2 things, we will meet Florida Sunshine State Standard 1, text types and purposes. The benchmarks are the numbers that are written down below. These are things that by law you are required to have successfully met before you transition to high school. All right. So how does this connect to our bell ringer? Rachel, and tell me. How do the learning goals connect to our bell ringer? We're going to go back to the bell ringer. Sania?
When we're talking, our paper was about hero.
Yep. Anyone would like to add to that? Dathan?
We were for both we were supposed to pretty much work on our ideas, and the other one, what we're going to do helps us to do this step before we write.
Very good, exactly. So let's talk about what we have done already that led us to this revision process. We know that the writing process is divided in many stages. Remember our writing workshop at the beginning of the school year? The writing process workshop. Well, we have shared about heroes. We have read multiple texts and watched videos about heroes, right? And we have planned our essay using our graphic organizer provided by Springboard. And last but not least, we wrote a first draft. Put your numbers in there if you understand the things that we've been through so far. Now we're on the revision process. We do not stop at the first draft. Yes, FCAT writing is scored on the first draft, but in everyday writing, your writing should go through multiple drafts before you publish it. So that's why we are working through the revision process. We are trying to revise our writing. We're trying to craft it. We're trying to build it so it's stronger than that first draft. That's the most important thing. So, in your groups, I want you to discuss what revision is. At your table, just discuss what revision is, 1 minute. Come up with some synonyms for revision for me. What are we doing when we're revising our paper? Each one of you need to provide something in your group. Go ahead and get started.
That's what
how is Ms. Fernando, is, different from revised.
That was quick.
Like you said, is
Continue,
go
Richie.
back
Or in general?
and change any mistakes exposed.
No, just talk. We're talking right now. Just talk. No, it's just each person provides something.
Are we talking about revision specifically in the writing, in like the process of fixing your,
Yes, revision. What is revision? Yes. In a general sense, what is revision? When you're revising, what are you doing? Everyone need to revise something. When your group is done, put one of your hands up for me, please.
I think it
Okay, focus. None of that. Focus. All right, Dathan's group is done. Did you guys have your hand up?
Well,
Oh,
we did
okay.
kind of, but we forgot that we did.
Oh, perfect. Retta's group is done. Sania's group is done. How are we doing over here?
Change.
Are we done, baby? That's what I'm asking. What are we?
Analyze actually.
How many have shared so far?
we've all
Scanning.
Okay, so are you come up with what revision is?
Again, let's
I got what you're
kind of fast.
Mike, are you recording this for your college?
Did the sixth graders first have to do it?
I'm just saying, but I'm making it better.
Perfect. Dathan's group is done.
Vision. That means that you're making new work.
All right, did most of you here share? All right, so what group would like to share first? What did we come up with? Drew. Shh, that's okay. Drew,
Like, our synonyms first?
just whatever. What is revision?
Oh, before you go back and like analyze something and look it over again and check.
Okay, so when you analyze something, what are you doing there?
You're looking over again.
Okay. Oh, baby, why have you Yes.
Rethinking, adding new stuff.
Ooh. Rethinking things, adding new stuff. Now we're getting to what we learned in that writing process workshop. What else?
This is pretty much where you,
You can't talk when we are talking 8th grade. That is rude.
when we fix certain problems like punctuation, spell check, or capitalization.
Okay, that's more of editing. Revision is a
I got it mixed up.
Yep, that's completely fine. You guys are completely fine, as long as you know that you're improving. Very, very good. Retta?
When you look over the text and add or take out stuff.
Adding, taking things out.
To go back in your text and improve what you had before and make, new things.
Okay, and I want this group back here, Jacob's group. What did you guys come up with?
We came up with, similar to what she said.
Okay.
Just really rethinking what you're doing.
Exactly. Okay, so that's what we're about to do with our essay. Well, this weekend. Today you're going to learn how to revise it. You're going to learn how to revise your essay. Now, when I read them originally,
You got angry.
I did not. I just, I realized that I had to reteach. We got our writing instructions a little bit confused, so that's why we're revising. And it was great. I mean, it was definitely a teachable moment, and that is what I took advantage of. So that's why we're doing these things today. So I understand that I originally told you no homework, but when I read the essays, there's just no possible way that I can put those grades in our grade book for a test grade. All right, so let's move on to defining. Let's talk about our writing prompt. That was perfect. It led me right into my writing prompt. You have your writing prompt on your desk, page 53. It should be underneath your essay. Someone read to me your writing instructions. Someone read to me the writing instructions, and we're gonna think about what we did versus what we should have done. What was your question before I get started?
Oh, what about DC kids? We're not gonna have 6th grade.
I know I'm gonna find you Monday and get them.
Alright.
But my other 8th graders turned theirs in as well. They had the same lesson today. But I will, Monday, before you leave for DC, I'll get it from you. Retta, thank you for reminding me.
Your assignment is to write a multi-paragraph essay that defines your concept of heroism.
Stop there. Define. You had to define the concept of heroism.